evening, everyone, and welcome again. It is We Culture, the final program on the final day of 2021. Yes, indeed, it's a pleasure. We promised you we will be back this evening, and we skipped last week so you can enjoy Christmas and have fun, enjoy your ham and your cake and all the wonderful things. And we're back this week to reflect and to reminisce and to maybe go back on some of the good times we had during the year on this program. Of course, the team is here, and the Queen is here very, very early, sporting a really, really wonderful hairstyle this evening. I don't. Did she have that style last week? Reese, good evening and welcome. How are you doing?
Good evening, and thank you for the nice sentiments. But it's amazing how when black women do nothing to their hair, black men, especially nowadays, compliment it as having done something with it. And what I've done is nothing.
Well, that's the whole point. No, that's what you did.
And moisturize it a little bit.
Well, that's what you did. You did something. Something.
That's what we call doing your hair.
Something don't mean going and put all kind of funny thing. What you did there is something, and that's wonderful. And
yeah, but it's an emerging trend because before our natural hair was not beautiful. Our natural hair was hard hair that shrinks easily, and
that's according to some people.
That's according to a lot of people. That is according to yesterday.
Oh well, that's a long time. Within then and now, some of us hair grow. We have like a team.
Yeah, like a mohawk and thing.
How you mean? Fiddly.
I find out mohawk on some kind of thing.
But hold on. But we see you finally get fat. How are you getting well so?
Yes, I noticed the rumbling of the feet.
You might get fat. What happened with your life nice, huh? What?
Next thing you know, we hear about citizen.
Nah, he's all the camera, man.
The camera?
Yeah, the camera.
Well, they must keep the camera like that all the time.
You have a fat filter? You have a fat filter?
Yeah, he's on the camera.
Yeah. So how things going, partner?
Are they with them?
Yeah, well, that's good vibe. I ain't see Doc yet. Doc handling some vibes, he say. So I know what's going on with Doc. We see what happened to Doc.
Yes, he has some, a bit of a priority to take care of. And when he's done, he's going to tune in.
All right, wonderful.
Okay.
Well, guys, we the final day in the year, the final program. We promised the folks that we were going to be here, and we will reminisce a bit on some of the programs we did throughout the year and chat on old years and all of the things that go with it. And so we here. So let me allow you all to greet the people. They're here already. Loads of them on the Facebook page, and I'm sure those on television and YouTube and of course on K105, they all geared up for tonight because everybody want to come in and talk about what they enjoy, and they're among the people that meet me and tell me what they enjoy already. You could imagine.
Well, good night to all of our viewers, all of our listeners. People meet you and they tell you what they enjoy, but people meeting me, they tell me what they enjoy, what they enjoy, what they LMNOPJ, all kind of joy. It was really a pleasure. We Culture. We're going on how much? We're going on 2 years.
Yeah, that's the second year.
Yeah, we swing for the second year, and this year was a very fulfilling year. There are so many things that we have discussed. So many things that we are to discuss, so many things that we started to discuss, we reach halfway, and we leave half, for later. You know, as like a children and you're eating food. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you leave half for later. Piece for later. Yeah. So you leave a lot of piece for later. I hear you and see them talking about tea and say you're fanning tea. That's the worst thing I ever hear from the culture.
Yeah, what you mean? Boy, you said you crazy?
But you winning tea, you know, fanning tea.
You're the only man that don't know about fanning tea.
First time I hear about fanning tea,
yeah.
You know, fan.
You have to
when
fan
you take it from one. When you take it from one cup and pour it in the next cup and pour it in the next cup and pour it in the next cup.
Yeah, that's fanning the tea.
No, man, I winning tea.
The only Shantimel is winning. Listen to me. In Shantimel, that's winning. Everywhere else, that's fanning tea.
So you see, you know, fanning too.
You see, you're muted.
You're muted.
Fanning, I know nothing about winning tea. This is news to me.
Listen, I tell all you Shantimel people writing some writing, they don't know what thing up Shantimel people know people they know it.
No, I don't take part in that kind of run your mouth and go off people. So I ain't taking part in.
Who run your mouth and go off people?
We have a partner together. No.
Listen up. Don't be that hold on. Me that must make go people do the kind thing they do. I don't understand you.
You know, tonight, I did in Guelph and I waited for a bus to come down, right? And the little girl come and tell me, you know, Mom, I'm actually happy that you do believe me now, that you believe me when I tell you things. And for the life of me, I didn't know what a reverse thing she was still talking about. So I'm like, what is it that you told me? The same thing. So, and she's pointing, so I say, what, the black road? What you talking about? No, the bus. I knew I was not lying. It did happen. Nala sticking to that real story, you know.
Yeah, but you see, you can't blame Nala because you have to understand the kind of thing. I call it to my partner Finley. The kind of, when you see dog pushing van in Guam, what you expect? If you're a dog pushing van, what you expect?
That's what I was telling. That's what I was telling Rishi. You know, Guam people have a special kind of rabies. You know, you have a special rabies. You have a special rabies that is only for Guam people.
Yes.
So Nala understand. So that's why Nala believes in her head that the Mary was from tongue to Guam, you know, and I believe Nala as well.
Not well, I mean, I know.
You see, if was somebody from Victoria, somebody from Tivoli, somebody from Shantimel, what Nala saying this thing about, I would have doubt. But you can't doubt for Guam people.
No, you can't. Oh, yeah, when you go down Guam people, you break record, you know. Guam people have been going out to watch you.
Is he on mute? You're going on mute.
I was trying to hook up to the YouTube and all that, so I didn't want the volume to come across.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you that natural hair have you mutiny thing, man. The natural hair and so on. But I want to come back to Ali because this is the strangest thing I've ever heard, you know. And this is how culture has shocked you know. Because the other time. But I go in Guam. We had some, I think I said that earlier on We Culture. You had teachers had something there. And teachers sit down there, stand up there in idle, and start talking. And then men start talking about them kite and things. And I heard them man talking about the kite, but they make the kite with mad bull and so on, and they fall down. You know. Because I never ever heard that before. I know about the Maivo.
Well, me too.
That's about mad bull.
No, it's mad bull.
This kind of thing. And it's the same thing right now. I reading you and Risi and them going down. And I fall down to laugh, you know, because I never hear about fanning tea.
Well, let me get something. I see this thing, and this thing was in the public domain, you know. So I'm like, but how come Risi don't know about fanning tea? I find everybody know about fanning tea, but well, I thought she didn't know, but
I know about fanning tea. I was just trying to get, the person in the video to show me and tell me what is it that they were doing. So I was asking, what is that? What you doing? You know? But I know about fanning tea. I fan royalty already, and we plastic cup. And
well, anyway,
cup too.
Let's welcome the doc. The doc is here. Doc, good night. And welcome.
Good night, folks. What's up? That's like American. What's up?
Doc, what happened? Somebody fan. Hold on. Doc, somebody fan you tea for you before you come in the program, or what?
No, Godfrey, you're wrong. Scala is in the right. That thing we taking the cup and doing this is not fanning, that is winning.
Well, that's according to you. I know about fanning tea. And listen, hold on. And especially cocoa tea, you know. Cocoa tea is a tea. It's a special kind of hot. If you ain't fan the cocoa tea, forget that, you know. You all your mouth boiling up, you know. You have to fan the tea.
Yes.
I think in terms of tea, cocoa tea is the hottest tea.
Yeah. Cocoa
tea is the hottest tea.
And which food? Which one is the hottest food? The hottest.
Yam.
Man. If you bite a hot yam, forget that.
Yam.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking tongue.
Rishi, coming back to your question. The wind here is WIND. The wind. So when you pour,
I understand that.
One cup, it's the wind that is cooling the tea. That's why they call it
making sense to me now.
Yeah,
you're winning the tea.
That is a similar process they used to do when they cleaning cocoa and
rice too.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that corn, anything, you take it and you pour it up in the air and everything.
Basket.
Yeah, and all them little strong things fly all over the place. But I am not going to doubt because I understand the whole winning process. But I know it as fan, you fan the tea, you fan your tea.
But Godfrey, wait now, I didn't get a chance to say good night to all the listeners and I guess and my colleague.
Well, you come late. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
And, well, this is the final one. This is the final for the year. We are here. So we're gonna take you down memory lane. Hopefully we can remember some of the things that was said and some of the highlights, and we go on that journey together tonight.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Some people said that a lot of people mentioned that they are going to be in church tonight. So we're going to meet some of our really avid followers and supporters, but some people are going to be here on it because they are worried about going out, and some people have nowhere to go anyway.
But what time is church? Church is at midnight? I thought church is to be midnight on OLS.
Yeah.
No, some of them start, some of them end, I believe, on midnight.
Some of them,
when they go into Herald in the new year.
Yeah, it ends close to
the way you're talking there, I think some of you don't go to church at all. The way some of you talking, some of them don't do this and some of them don't do that.
Anybody wants to start to suggest that the church service start at 1 or after 12, that person does not go to church.
Yeah.
So hold on. So Doc, what are you telling me? The new old years and New Year's of the to start midnight?
If you start midnight,
I know it used to be that time. I know they changed, but it used to be midnight. I know
you want to be in church to bring in the new year.
I ain't say no, but I know there's some midnight mass.
But the midnight but the midnight mass doesn't start at midnight.
Well,
it's at 10.
It might 9 or 10, and then it ends just after midnight when you make your wishes and you call in, you bring in the new year.
Right.
Okay.
So fellas, we plan to look back at some of the programs and some of the wonderful moments or highlights of some of the programs, some of the favorite programs, and folks, we will be engaging you, or we are engaging you very early tonight, because we want to hear from you. What were some of the programs that you probably enjoyed most, or what part of the programs you enjoyed? So we definitely like to hear from you. And of course, we're preparing to get into the new year. There's so much things that we haven't touched yet, and as Carla said earlier, so much things we start and we reach halfway and we have to continue. So we definitely will be engaging you Risi, we haven't spoken to our Facebook fans as yet. I know some of them are, putting in their little greetings and so.
Yes. Some of them are, being part of the conversation, talking about the pouring of the tea from cup to cup, fanning, winding, however we call it. I think it all makes sense when explained. Some of them are also talking about the midnight mass, that it ends at midnight. And we've also had Cynthia talking about the Mad Bull. She heard her brother James, who's resting in peace right now, talk about that. So generally, it's everyone coming in saying good night. Talking about how much they appreciate Oui Culture, and it's mostly greetings so far.
Right.
Well, Kim K has already said that her favorite program was about them Ligaroo and nicknames. So I think Kim K has started the ball when it comes to, she started the rolling of the ball when it comes to her favorite programs.
So Risi, while you're on that, I think I would be presumptuous in saying that your favorite program was the Fish Friday. Very well, you fix us up and thing.
Listen. All you like Socha Bacalale?
No, I just...
No. My favorite program was the program where we spoke about fallen man.
Oh, good! Hold on. All you watch Dark Face when Risi say that? Dark Face. Land.
You see? That's right.
The L in land stand for Livingston,
That is our cake. That is our cake. That is our cake.
And okay, that's good thing I didn't let him eat that big piece of cake. It's a good thing.
And Risi, imagine.
All those are still waiting for the Christmas money.
And Risi, imagine Scarlett making confusion for the cake, Scarlett. Me what? Scarlett make confusion.
You wanted that piece of cake?
But I can't remember who wanted it, but was it Godfrey or Scarlett? But whatever they wanted some cake too.
No. Godfrey, you want
Listen. I didn't want no cake because I don't know what the cake was for already. So. No, I didn't want no cake. But no, that was a really good program. And this thing ended up on all. I mean, we probably had about what 2 or 3 programs on that topic.
Yeah.
A lot came out of it. A lot came out of it. Did that program take us into Doc favorite, the sweat rice, all this kind of thing, and them so?
Well, that was part of it. That
Well, so much things, Doc.
Listen, my favorite program, I could tell everybody from now, and not just my favorite program, my favorite part of our program is when the host of the program was to read out the sticky book.
It's not cook.
You know what?
Man, the cook book, I tell you. And the man reading out the thing, how to sweat right. And say right.
Mr. Man, hey, don't try that. I never read out. I did not
mix the rice. Hold on, Mr. Man. You mix the rice with the hair from under arm. That is the worst thing I ever hear. We call them.
But I never say that. I did not read that. I asked Doc.
Rice and hair.
Yes, so I'm the rice and hair. Hold on. So what wrong with rice and hair?
Rice and hair?
Yeah.
Just walk.
What's wrong with rice and hair? I want to know. What about the fella? What about the fella? My favorite part is the fella that say culture is about the future, and that's what we should be talking about. That was my favorite part of the program. So,
yeah.
But then,
what? let me just say this, yeah, because let me put some. Now, one of the things about we culture, and we got that a lot, especially from Dark Pattern, Citizen Rolo. The fact that the program We Culture, we were not structured, and especially structured in a way that he felt, and there are others just like him who would have felt that we push the bounds, especially as it relates to English and what we say and so on. As a matter of fact, I had a gentleman who called me, even on my walk, to straighten me out because he felt that, this thing about would have and what have you. And the point, I think, has been made by We Culture, and it has been made very decisively, that when you come to We Culture, you cannot come and look at We Culture with an English lens. Then you'll have problems. You will always have problems. I remember, my son told me a story not long, recently. And it sort of encapsulates this whole thing of the speaking and the English, He said he had a white guy, an English guy, stand up, he watch a set of Grenadians buying doubles in Grand Anne's. And man come, they want 3 doubles, they want 4 doubles, they want 5 doubles, man want 6 doubles and so on. He watch for a little time and then he go and he tell the lady, he want a double. He want a double. He want 1 double. So he is looking at this thing through the English lens. And once you look at it that way, he tell himself, well, 2 doubles, 1 double. Right. Here's 1 double, 2 doubles, anything is double. You see? And he would marvel at this 1 doubles thing. It doesn't make sense in English. But it makes a lot of sense in We Culture. And the truth is that when I come on We Culture, and I told the gentleman that when he called me, I am not going to try. If I study it and I concentrate on it for sharp enough, I think I'll get the English thing on them right. But I'm not trying. I don't want to try. You see, when I come here, I free myself up and I speak what naturally comes to me. Mm-hmm. If he come out as good have, if he come out as what, that is his business. I have poetic license here, and I think that people understand and grasp that. Is it more comfortable they will be listening to us on We Culture. Don't come on We Culture and judge us with this lens and say that nickname instead of false name and all this kind of thing. You'll just have a pressure. You'll just get a pressure, and it's unnecessary, and it's not good for your health, really, to be always backing down this English tree and judging us through this English lens. And this is one of the great takeaways I got from We Culture for the year, that we had so many times when we were chastised, really, for speaking our colloquial thing, and it has caught on. Right now, Reese is as colloquial as you could get it. Reese started off Englishically, but Reese colloquial, and right now, Reese more colloquial than reversing from
Dr. Guava. No, but the point is, coming here on this program and trying to be prim and proper defeats the purpose. We might have well shut the program down. It doesn't make any sense, because these are the things that shaped us. That's how we grew. That's how we were brought up, and I think one of the advantages we have, we are in a better position because we have the best of both worlds. Now, I was saying to someone the last time, a lot of people, for example, who, when they speak, uses the would have and so, give them a document to write. And the very things they would speak of, and when they would say would have and so on, you give them the same things to write, and you will not see would have written. And I'm certain of that. I'm certain of that. And that's part of our culture. That's how we were brought up. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's good for the program. People understand their background, where they came from, how their parents, their grandparents grew up, how they spoke, what they ate, what they did, all of that. And these are the things that creates our culture. So how could it be wrong?
I think the program allows for inclusiveness. A lot of times you find that we can be very intimidating when we speak in this standard English and when we try to communicate things in this proper way. But when we get down, I don't want to say in the gutter or in the drain or on the ground, but when we get down and we express ourselves as people normally do in every day, I think people gravitate towards the program more. They feel like they're part of something that is for them, created with them in mind. So I know that there's quite a lot of people that appreciate. I don't think they judge us as people who do not know how to speak standard English. I honestly don't even know why we keep debating this. I mean, English language is not our first language. And we are not bad about why is it that we don't know patois, or why is it that we're not trying to bring back whether it's Swahili or whatever. Why aren't we trying to learn those things? We are not bad about that. We are just bad about the Queen's English, and I don't understand what's all this fuss about it and why we giving it so much energy and time.
I think if I were to show you something here, is that I think basically growing up, once we entered school, we were hushed several times. Hushed because our teachers started forcing us to express ourselves only in standard English. So there has always been a difficulty in expressing ourselves. I also believe when we reach a certain standard, knowing the difference between what is colloquial and what is standard is a very healthy thing. But I believe generally as children and growing up in primary and secondary school, because our natural expression was so shut on that it is extremely stifling to come up with expression and to see what you feel and what you want in your natural environment. So it became difficult, very, very difficult for us. And sometimes we are forced to think and to write, not how we think, we interact with our fellow men and women, but based on how the book read. Let me just give an example. I wrote a story, and I wrote actually a story about Jab Jab Boy, and I gave somebody to edit. And when it came back, it's like I barely recognized that story, because the person tried to standardize, put it in so much as standardized English that it lost all its flavors. So I'm just saying that, but me, I wrote it how I felt, just let the pen flow, and it sounded really entirely, really, really entertaining. Again, and if I go back in my childhood, I remember days when you have people like Pagrit, and some of those guys, and them come in and tell you stories. And the language is so rich, it's so captivating. You sit down there and you could listen to that because it was not standard, it was our natural expression. And when you go to school, you lose that connection because your natural expression is shown. So I believe that in our whole development, we should have been allowed a place to have our natural expression. But then as you develop at a certain level, then you are brought to a point where you say, well, when you are doing something for a formal audience, then that is what is accepted. But when you're communicating naturally to all people, that is what is important. And then sometimes there's a question, if somebody is, the second language is English, they may say the first is French or Spanish, and they mix up all the words. The most important thing you want to get from them is an understanding of what they are trying to say.
Yep.
And I believe that should be the basis for in our communication. The most important thing, are we communicating correctly? Are we saying, are we bringing out our expression? Right? So you cannot fault somebody that just learning a foreign language for not speaking a standard language. But eventually, as they develop, you would hope that they would be able to discern the difference.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you something before we move on from that. But let me just tell you something. Let me say this. That I could speak English, if I really take me time.
I think most of us.
What else do you? If I take me time and I meditate on the thing, I speak in better English than Rolo and this man. Rolo and can speak me. If I take me time, but I just don't do it. I refuse it to do that. Let me tell you why I refuse it to do it. Because I know to myself, this is what the white men gave us. And you see, this liberated all feelings left.
At least.
Not speaking the English, what they gave us, is just as, you don't have no plantation now to burn, but that is the plantation are burning there. I'm doing it deliberately. And I'm not sticking to the proper thing. I'm burning the plantation.
I'm so sticking to that.
That is what they leave me with. I'm showing them. I'm not sticking to that. I stay with my whole thing purposely. So you want them to realize they doesn't know if purposely are doing this thing, I'm not trying. I'm not trying, and I would not try.
No, the thing is,
Godfrey, I know we have to move, but I just want to add one thing based on what Scholar is saying. Every nation that has fought for independence, or every nation that aspired to be free, has gone back deep into the culture and into the colloquial language, which is the language of liberation, or the practice of or the cultural practices is seen as the practice of liberation. So if you go to the Haitian Revolution, as much as possible, and that is in line with what Scholar just mentioned. The whole trust for freedom, for liberty, is to discern or to develop a language that is different from that of the colonial master. And people on the program, probably by now you are getting tired with me when you hear me draw parallel with Rastafarianism. It's a deliberate effort in order to go away from that of your colonial master. And because when you are free, when you feel free inside, and you feel that you're your own person, you have to develop your own way of expression. And that comes naturally with liberation.
Right. I want us to. We need to take a short break. Let's take our first break, and when we come back, a number of people are commenting on some of their favorite programs. We can touch a few of them and continue. So let's take that break, and we'll be back, folks. Stay with us.
Do you have muscular pain that no one can find a solution for? Are you tired of taking meds for joints and other pains? Hills and Valley Medicare Center on Grenville Street, St. George is here to help you heal. We will help you map a path to your full recovery. Visit us Monday to Saturday for a consultation with our on-site doctor, physiotherapist, and massage team. You will be glad you did. Our Medicare Center, a proud member of the Hills and Valley group of companies. On the hilltop or in the valley, we are with you wherever life takes you. Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Your health is our business.
Planning to launch our new business venture, the Plumbing Supply Stores. And I, for one, am very happy and thrilled to be able to open our doors to you.
be ill and have no time or energy to walk every which way to access your healthcare needs. So come to Spice Isle Imaging on the Carenage for a one-spot stop for all your health service needs. See our in-house doctor and get your meds from the pharmacy right on location. Digital X-ray, MRI, CT scans, mammography, ultrasound and laboratory services are also available. So for that moment when life makes demands on you, you can make demands on us. Visit us at Spice Isle Imaging, Carenage, St. George's.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
I wish. Don't just wish. Wish upon a star this Christmas in the Star Malt's Christmas promotion. It's back, and this time you have a chance to win a grand prize of $5,000 cash. Win up to $20,000 in cash and prizes throughout December, just in time for Christmas. Merry Christmas! So, to have your chance, purchase your Star Malt with the red crown. Place 4 red crowns in an envelope, include your name, address, and telephone number, and drop in marked entry boxes island-wide. But you must be drinking Star Malt to win. Easy, right? To know if you're a lucky winner, see our Facebook page or tune in to your favorite radio station. So enter the Star Malt Wish Upon a Star promotion and win. Prizes are redeemable from the Carib Brewery Grenada Limited main office. Terms and conditions apply.
Raise it high up the ladder. Let we set it on fire. A little more calypso. Forget the funk and the disco.
Welcome back, folks. We Culture, the final one for 2021. Risi, I see the comments are building like crazy. I have some on the WhatsApp platform as well, but let's start with Facebook, and then we will take the conversation from there.
Yes, so I'm going to start from... Okay, Cynthia is saying, it's a difficult question for her. All of the programs were learning experiences for her. She said that she enjoyed all the programs. Ingrid is saying they were all very interesting. We get to know about the things we grew up on. Kim K. Lewis is saying, guys, this program was life for us. We enjoyed all. 2022, we await you. Ricky is saying, I find I will find somebody tea tonight. Carrie. Deborah is saying, I enjoyed your programs. Ingrid liked the one about the yams. Cynthia is saying, exactly, we have written and spoken English/language. Peter Mitchell is saying, happy holidays. I'm in the liquor store line watching. Thank you, Peter. That's effort right there. Ricky is saying, what is to is bound to is. I guess that's speaking colloquially, but even now I'm tying me up. What is to is bound to is. David is saying, what is to is bound to is. David is saying, hello, good night, We Culture. Season's greetings. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and just want to wish all of you all the best for 2022. More vibes, fire on We Culture in 2022. Cheers. Cheers. I have to say cheers to that. Yeah. Lucille is saying, very interesting program. Peter Mitchell is saying, we don't know any other language than French. Ingrid is supporting what I would have said about, the language and all of that. she's also saying, I'm having lambi for dinner with a glass of wine right now. You should share, Ingrid, share. Cynthia, once you get the gist, you can understand where they are coming from. Ricky saying, fire bondong them plantation. Okay, Scholar, you have a fan. And I'm a fan too. Bon Biro saying, so why do we laugh other parishes when they speak in their own style? Vaughn has a point. We'll talk about that. Theresa is saying, I'm really enjoying this topic. Expressing ourselves is important as our original language and names were taken from us by the slave masters. Watching you from London. Happy New Year. Theresa, our topic is not even about expressing ourselves. We just branch off into that because it's one of the things that, came up many times during our program with people who thought that we needed to speak in more standard English than the colloquial way we approach it. Maria is also saying the program brought back memories of things I had forgotten. And Simone Regis is saying, Reese, I'm loving your hair and your lipstick. Happy New Year to y'all. I love this program. Thank you, Simone. Right, so there we have it for the WhatsApp program. The Facebook platform thus far. There's nothing on the We Culture YouTube, but Godfrey, I'm sure you have from the WhatsApp.
Yes, I have a couple. So someone is saying, good night, Godfrey and team. I am from St. David's, and the tea pouring from cup to cup is called winding. Midnight masses from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. in RC churches. Your program was super, exciting, very entertaining. Looking forward to next year, God's willing. Reese, your hair looks real nice. If I was male, I would have tried to date you. Have a good year, all of you.
Thank you.
Right, Reese, people are watching you. Let me see Doc. Let me see Doc's face. Doc. Right, okay. Doc face don't look so. I know why, because the person say if they were a male. So Doc face don't look so. Yeah. All right.
Don't tread there.
Someone says We Culture is to be spoken in our tongue, so we know it. I have some relatives who comes from England regular, and right now they understand we tongue perfectly. All right. Someone says Happy New Year, Happy New Year to you guys. That's your partner with the dog. Right. Someone else says Happy New Year to you and yours. Hope 2022 will be prosperous for you. All right. So that's all what we have on the WhatsApp platform for now. All right. Doc, Scholar, you're muted.
You ambush me. I say you ambush me there because when we talked about our program in the past, nothing really come to mind now. I think I've just gone with the flow with almost everything. I personally like the interaction, those with the tidbit, where you have the give and the take.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them have been extremely interesting. Some of them I thought was going to fall flat on the back. They came out, emerged to be very, very interesting.
Some of the best ones.
Yeah, some of the better ones.
Yeah.
Well,
something I noticed on the program. There are two things, Godfrey. One, Scholar and I, we never really talk about that, but I believe one day some police will come to RSU. Because sometimes the exaggeration, I won't say you don't lie, you're really lying, but sometimes the exaggeration. So that's
I will take one on that.
As Scholar, we were talking about the difference in the program, and what I recognize is the level we are saying informal. It's a sort of informal program, but it's an informal program that really touch on subjects and areas and sentiments. Where other programs and other media network can, not other media, other programs are not really going to. They get some professionals, and every now and then we bring professionals, but we try to get them back into the culture of the Grenadian people and to speak to that. So some people are extremely knowledgeable, but what we recognize is like, we give we tease and we got the information outside it, and we expect the general public to fill in. Almost like a multiple choice. Fill in. There are some areas where we short, we expect them to fill in. And I believe that the way we deal with that program, with this program, is what really get people hooked and believe that this program is about them. That program speaks to them. That program touches something that is really deep. Because, I mean, who would have a program on coconut, on breadfruit? We have a discussion on how we cook oil long. And we trivialize, we think this is nothing. Only to recognize how deep it is for persons to be, to know that something that is happening, that has happened to them, is actually being discussed on television or on a radio. And this is the first time. This is the first time the way we do it. I mean, I am amazed with, how can you have a program on breadfruit? How can you have a program on coconut? On games, on children games, or bathing in the river, or those kind of things like them. How can you have a program on that? And if you just sit down usually in your usual space and think about that, it is difficult. Yet on We Culture, we are able to do that. And the interest and the kind of information we can pull out from it is totally amazing. It baffles me even me that sometimes.
No, definitely.
Like it's the method. It's the method. It is that unplanned method that is just working. When you go to school, you talk about you things that are taught to you in a certain way. There's a certain methodical approach to how teaching happens.
Yeah, syllabus.
But yes, everything has to be structured in such a way. List 3 of these and colon, and you list the 3, and it is so much like notes taking. And a lot of the programs that you have, especially those on agriculture and things like that, it is so much like it's an educational tool that is so structured in a stiff way that I, as a viewer, would look at it as something that, it is there for when I have to do some research. I can go and look at that. But this program, it is interactive. The way the teachings or the learnings are communicated, it is so entertaining. It is so welcoming. It is so not stiff. That people just gravitate to it. You feel that you can make a contribution without wondering about how you sound or whether you're communicating in standard English. If somebody's going to recognize your voice and they're going to talk about it after, if it's going to meet the bloopers, you don't have to worry about that, because what you are trying to participate in probably something worse than you. So I think it's just the method of how it is that we are doing basically the same thing that others are trying to do. The method, it is a better communication platform. That's what I think about We Culture.
No, definitely. Yes, Finley, go ahead.
Let me say this. There are a couple programs that stood out for me. There was one program where we see Kosos.
Yeah.
And we see it every time. Once you see anything about
Scholar, hold on. That was the program that went on for about 2 hours and a half?
Well, 2 hours and a half. We see course. And up to this day, she and Jose, I think Jose is not here yet.
Not yet.
Up to this day, she and Jose have a running battle on this program on who starts. On who starts fisherman board. And the truth is that I enjoyed that program very much, because that was a program that started one way, and boy, the program take out, and it was really against the wall, And when the truth is that even in Budge Grove have better fisherman body than Guava.
You're not getting me wild up, You're not getting me wild up.
Mr. Man.
Not today.
Mr. Man. Don't go and start the day, right?
When you just
crayfish.
That program actually took Risi at a higher level, because that program, it's like in the minds of people. We see real stand up against those, well, mainly 2, this this man doesn't really fight against
of course.
you know what I mean? Because he might like a support now and then. Yeah, I don't want to sleep on the couch.
No, Rishi don't stand up, man. Rishi that old jam, man.
In the minds of people, they really start admiring Rishi more because of that program. You really stood out.
But you know the funny thing is, we knew that was happening to the program, you know, because before that program, we had already set up Rishi, you know.
she take the basket earlier. She take the bait.
Because in that program, most of what we said, we did not mean. I mean, everybody knows guava is fish, but we went beyond and above to go to Rishi and to do Rishi this thing. We started from tens, from since we started on the WhatsApp thing to interfere with Rishi, and Rishi took it hook, line, and sinker, and that was a nice program. Then you have another one, he also say again about woman.
Independent ladies.
Independent
ladies.
Independent women.
You have another word, man. Assertive. Yeah.
That was another program she calls us again. So those two programs were, and you see, this is the thing about We Culture. We have different kinds of that entertains. So Rishi, and it was a different thing. Then, of course, we have the programs where we kicks and we laugh, and people would even call and say, man, are you discussing serious thing, you know, man, you're laughing. And everybody enjoy themselves, right? Like the Ligau and the under here, the under the arm here with rice and sweaty and so on. And even recently my mom pulled out. Funny enough, our host is a man that like to pull out book. So even recently he pulled out a book, but he don't pronounce those things in the book. He's spelling out jab.
Well, hello. David Culture, what do you expect me to do with that? David Culture, hey.
And then there was that program that actually stuff where we brought in Dubai and the other gentleman, you know, and people were really
Jeffrey Ed,
happy.
yeah.
That was a great one, because the truth is that even me for myself, I thought Dubai was an old man at that time, not realizing that Dubai is still a young boy. And it was very nice to have him and to hear him articulate and so on the program. So those for me was some of all the big moments according to Livingston were memorable. But that was a memorable moment. I also want to add, Godfrey, for our next minute or so, that one of the highlights for me of the program is how our Facebook audience and our how I call them contributors.
Yes.
How they have grown by leaps and bounds. But not only that, the depth of the contributions has also, they do not understand and they do not know how much and how many times they have bailed us out. They don't know. They do not know. But we know, we all know that these people are invaluable to what we do. And even though Jose comes on the program and he says 3 and 1, that's his greeting all the time, meaning one Jamet and 3 fellas. But the truth is that
I'm sure he doesn't mean that.
The truth is that it's not 3 and 1. It's 4 and a lot of contributors. Every single one of them are so important, and I think this is what makes the program so what it is. because it is not just We Culture. The fact is that We Culture, people, when people feel that they own something.
Yes, there's a sense of ownership. Oh, definitely so.
People feel, the contributors feel a certain ownership of the program as well they may. And the truth is that there are contributors to this program who don't contribute on Facebook or anything, but they'll message us privately on WhatsApp.
They meet you on the road.
They meet you on the road, right? Yeah. For instance, Pastor King and his wife, they are regular to this program. Even tonight, she messaged me to tell me she never heard nothing about no fanning tea. So she usually would show these things privately because she don't want to come out in public. But those contributions are so invaluable to this, and this is what makes We Culture what We Culture is. And of course, even Citizen Rolo. Well, of course, because last week or the last program. Yeah, he made some giant contribution.
Yes, indeed.
So even Citizen Rolo sometimes will put a slant on the program that we never expect to get people riled up and so on, and to have people thinking in the next way. So all of this adds together to make and has made a real memorable year 2020, 2021.
There's this program we did on, and it's an early one on Hurricane Janet. And in the background, we had our little issues, but there was some information that came out on Janet from some of the people we spoke to, which was amazing. And one of them, and Scholar told me about it, and then I learned more about it from some of the people in Sotes, about the gentleman who the river actually was carrying away. And touch something and grab onto it and decide he's holding on for dear life, only to realize when the water receded, he was holding on to the top of a breadfruit tree. I mean, wow. and things like that. When you hear things like that, I mean, how could you not listen to programs like these, or listen to that program? So, I mean, there's so much, and all the discussions we had in their own unique way created a lot of interest, created excitement. There were I mean, it was just so beautiful, and every time we speak about that and the program, my mind always go back to how the program started. It started in a very unstructured way and continued with a phone call a morning to Doc to tell him, let me do a program, and that program was supposed to start the same evening at 6 o'clock.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just, and it shows how culture operates. Culture is a structured thing. As things happen over time, it just falls in lines, and culture emerges. So there's a lot. There's so much, and you can as we go along, and you hear things, and as we speak about different things, you start remembering things that ordinarily you don't remember. You don't remember.
One little thing, because I ain't speaking much sense here. You will speak sense. I just want to say to Godfrey, my wife, you talk about the unstructured way of the program. My wife takes credit for this job,
Yeah.
My wife taking the credit for that, because even how Risi came on the program was so unstructured, my wife just slipped the name for me, she suggested. And I called you, I messaged the woman, and I tell the woman, look, we want that and that, your thing. And the answer was yes. The answer was yes. And she was supposed to go and interview somebody for some VECO thing. And from interviewing for VECO, look, she sit down here and I laugh all the other day costing people.
And was that blind she's supposed to get, you know? Was that blind? You're supposed to get that blind.
Be careful with one night stand.
A blind she's supposed to get.
Come there with that blind.
But
watch me. All I was supposed to get that blind, you know.
Godfrey, on a serious note, Risi said something earlier on, and I just wanted to add a little to it.
Just before you go, Doc, I think Jose has joined us now, so good night to Jose.
A little while ago.
Yes. Yeah, Doc.
Yeah, I just want to say I was listening to the program today, and they were talking about Desmond Tutu, Archbishop Tutu. And one of the qualities they mentioned about him was that he would be in an environment with great persons, and he wants to address some serious issues. But usually he would throw in a line that would get people laughing, and then while people laughing, then he would come in with a serious message, very very serious message. That impacting on discrimination and going back to the apartheid system and those things, and somebody was saying that was one of the genius of the man, right? And I believe when we was mentioning about the way we have this program and we are able to intertwine that with some level of entertainment. I mean, we'll be talking about something serious. And I would be really daring, because I think I am the one that is a little bit more rigid on the program, and I'm talking. And out of the blue, scholar would come in and just sweep me off my feet and talk some stupidity, and everybody start laughing again, and we go back. And I think what really happened is that people now are able, in that environment, to absorb, the seriousness and the history or the facts of some of those things that we are actually trying to say, while they can actually laugh, they can joke, they can see the humor, but in that format, they get the information. So yes, we see an scholar, and they go on the to and fro about fish fry and what, but at the end, people got the information about what it is, what constitutes, what it was all about, where we have other fish fry, where we started or where we made it start. So all that information came out. Yet within that program, you were able to laugh at that funny side of it. And scholars, somebody that has been in education for a while, are wondering, I mean, not that you have your finger on it, but if that level, that methodology can be considered sometime for some way of teaching other subject matters. If we could bring in not just that level of entertainment, because it would be difficult because our one is unstructured, but maybe I was thinking maybe the art form, some display, instead of just teaching our raw history or geography, or if we can put it in a format that would make it easier, particularly on maths, for our children to absorb, to memorize serious school content, and
You see, you do the educational psychologist there, guy.
I know, right? And while he's saying that, I'm thinking,
psychologist, Doc, we got to change your name to the psychologist.
What?
Psychologist?
He's not
No, you sound good.
We talk about family life education in school. We have religious instruction. Those are usually a little more relaxed sort of sessions within the school curriculum. The religious education, religious instruction, and the family life education. So why not? Why can't it maybe be incorporated in family life education, or a separate something where children are able to just relax and speak like they're at home?
Right.
Why not? And at the same time educate.
Let's take our final break. Then we're gonna take the rest of Facebook comments, and then we're gonna go to the telephone line. So we take a break now, folks, and we're back for our telephone calls and other comments. Stay with us.
Kindly greasy Paul, and we don't dance and swung the maypole.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary, Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio. The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
Hello, everyone. As we prepare to say goodbye to the old year and welcome the new, we implore upon everyone to play their part to ensure a safe and incident-free transition to 2022. During the Christmas period, we received disturbing reports of minors engaging in illegal parties and consuming alcoholic beverages. Parents, we take this opportunity to remind you to be vigilant about your children's whereabouts and the activities they engage in. Ensure that your children are decently dressed to avoid prying eyes and unwanted sexual advances. Promoters, bartenders, and adult patrons, we urge you to desist from selling or providing alcoholic beverages to minors. It is unlawful, and anyone found in violation will be prosecuted. Please remember that permission for all activities must be sought from the Office of the Commissioner of Police within a reasonable time to facilitate due processing. Further, everyone should remember that we are still in the midst of a pandemic. We appeal to all citizens to comply with the COVID-19 protocols and regulations in place. Wear a mask. Maintain your distance. Sanitize or wash hands regularly. We want to see everyone safe and healthy in 2022.
Raise it high up the ladder. Let we set it on fire. A little more calypso. Forget the funk and the disco.
Welcome back, folks. It's We Culture, the final program for the final month of the year, 2021. Getting ready to step into the new year. Guys, we have quite a number of comments on our Facebook page and our WhatsApp platform. So I think let's take some of the WhatsApp comments. Reese, I'll take a few on the Facebook, I'll take a few on WhatsApp, and then we'll engage our listeners on the phone because we have quite a few. You're still muted.
Sorry about that. We have Zavid is saying, I'm looking forward to We Culture in the new year with some good topics. Ingrid, I forgot about the episode with the shower when Scholar said he take 2 hours to cool out. Yeah, that keeps coming up here. No, people are not forgetting the Scholar. Ricky Parag is saying, well, people don't back down from nobody. Yvonne Waldron, good night. You guys, my granddaughter told me I sung like my brother-in-law. We are from Grenada, living in Tobago, and my boss speaks like a Grenadian. I ask her all the time if she is from Grenada. I love the program. Happy New Year. Now, Jose, good night, Jose. He's saying, good night, GRLS. Better late than never. I've been listening to you guys, and the comments very interesting, reflecting on the past program, but the one I enjoy the most is that golf boats comes to Sautez on 29th June, and I still maintain that fact. No, I just want to put it out there, full disclosure, that is not a fact. It is not a fact. It is some reversed dream or something that Jose had. Maybe he could explain to us why his entire family lives in Guelph. But anyways, Medea is saying, where all the Ligaroos at tonight? Will the real Ligaroos please come out? Well, her father is right there. Wave your hands in the air like you just don't care. By far, one of my favorite episodes. Medea, the real Ligaro is right here. Jose is saying, having a radio personality on the show is a plus because fans got to see the people on radio who made an impact in their radio life. True. Cynthia is saying, I look forward to Friday nights, We Culture. Ricky is saying, big up Susan from Up Paradise. She always spices up the program. If Susan don't call that program, something have to be wrong. Ronald Nelson is saying, I love this program, and he put it in all caps. It take you back to your roots. Love it. Cynthia is saying,
we see, that's my brother, yeah?
That's your brother? Okay. That's my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law?
Brother-in-law, that's your brother-in-law.
Okay, thank you.
Don't respect us too.
Yeah, Cynthia said, we enjoy the stupidness. Von de Roche is saying, Nelson, you can be a very good minister of culture. Medea is saying, on a serious note, the things I love most about this show are the interactive aspects. I love that it focuses on Grenada and our culture. I love that people can call in and be themselves. I love that people can share their experiences in the most authentic way. I love that. I love that the program can be serious, lighthearted, and funny. I love that nobody speaks in twang, but instead, instead comes through as themselves. I love the relationship that the panel members have with each other. You can tell that they genuinely like each other, which adds another level of warmth to the show. Last but not least, I love Suzanne. Suzanne, where you at? Happy New Year, everyone. Looking forward to more shows on We Culture. Thank you, Medea. Thank you so much. We have Jose saying, one of the programs that had me thinking when Godfrey said, a man watch a man go until it fell. And also,
but that's true.
The book he came reading from, How to Hold a Man and Not Forgetting the Ligaro. Okay, Yulin is saying, season's greetings, comrades. Alison is watching. Carrie Grenade is saying, this show has become my favorite. Love the authenticity, humor, education, and downright Grenadianness. Press on and continued blessings. Medea is saying, Reese, you always look spectacular, but tonight you are stepping into 2022 like a boss. I love the hair, lipstick, earrings, everything. Thank you, Medea. You know what? I think they need to start, paying for the makeup and all that. I think so. We will get to that. Right. So Medea is also saying to the panel members wearing the panel member wearing the scarf, do you mind sharing what's in that wine glass? Jose is saying, hairstyle, Reese, you saved some monies today. Laughing at oh yes, I did. You see, Jose knows. Jose knows. I mean, we have that little war going on, but as we say locally, that's my boy. Jose is also saying, we're leaving out the phone people tonight. Yes. And he's saying, what happened to Hannah tonight? Hannah is actually there. Let me just take Hannah's comments, because she's actually on the We Culture page. We have Richard Charles is saying, listening from Queens, New York. This is my favorite show on Friday nights. Hannah is saying, that fella looking nice, sweet. Just chilling before I get ready to head out. I wonder which fella she's talking about. Anyways, Hannah is also saying Congo in action there. I don't know, Congo in action there? Which one was that? Must be Godfrey. Alistair is saying, you see this We Culture theme? Sorry, this We Culture, there are different situations to use the English language. I teach English language, and there are rooms to express ourselves in colloquial and standard English. I use Grenadian colloquial twang as my born dialect, but write and speak my standard English accordingly. Different folks for different strokes. Let us say it as we want to say it. Let the message be understood by the readers or listeners. Let we say the old thing. Let we stay with the old thing. That's We Culture. So yeah. Yep. So that's it for the We Culture Facebook platform.
Right. What's up? We Culture, thank you for 2021, and hope we all have a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year 2022. This program affords us all to contribute to our history and culture. As a spin-off, someone should write books on this. Good night to you all. I just love this program and don't want to stop watching. It's very enjoyable, and that's why I love watching it. Hope you guys had a very good Christmas, and wishing you guys a very blessed and prosperous new year. Somebody said, well said, Reese. Pleasant good evening, Godfrey, to you and your team. I can relate to the topic in particular. One should be able to express ourselves accordingly. When a Jamaican say to you that they're going foreign, simply means the individual went away. All right, I think that's it for the WhatsApp platform.
But before you go to the phone line, Godfrey, there's just one comment on the YouTube channel. Not my name, that's the person, says, fire, loving the discussion. We are failing to recognize the African heritage because it was kept from our ancestors, resulting in a failure to educate the younger generation.
Right. So, folks, our telephone number 435-2041. You're invited to call and share with us probably which one of the programs was your favorite. What about it? If there's anything in particular about the program, if you enjoyed, or if you believe that, I used to be able to watch Mango and make them fall, then of course you can. You can share that with us. And of course, if you believe Chantimel people, what they know, nobody else would know it, you could say that too. So the number again is 435-2041. So you can give us a call, and definitely we'll love to hear from you. So let's go to the telephone. We Culture, good evening.
We Culture, big up, good night. Yes, Maria Jose, everybody, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody.
Same to you.
Happy New Year. I'm waiting on the next few hours. I don't know if God will bless me to see 2022. Yes, and I want to do a lot of things for 2022. Yes, and I want all the peace beer. I want to eat everything. And I enjoy all the program. I don't know which one to talk about. All. That's my proper English. All the program. I like them. Yes. Everybody. All who they on Facebook. All who they are about. All who they are in song. All about Guav, Sotel, St. David's, Victoria. All about the whole of paradise. All me people in paradise. Yes, and I pray God, all the people in paradise live to see. Because we had a Saturday and Sunday. One of the nice young policeman just fall down in front of his back. When he reached him, Mary boy dead. All them boy and them, this was so sad for the rest of the week. I wish God help them and cheer them up, especially Tony. Yeah, I want Tony to cheer up and I want him to stay strong. And I want my daughter, the police, to stay strong too because she keep crying right through. Because all of them boys, they're tight. Yeah, the boy just dead in them guy, them hand going up in Merbo. God be with you, MU Tony. I want you to stay strong. And everybody have a happy New Year. A big, strong one. Yes, Godfrey.
Susan, don't hear me.
Yes, I hear you.
Susan.
Yes.
Yeah, you know one of the highlight was the time when you sing this song. You know a song again?
Oh, the same Christmas song.
Was that Christmas song you sang last
time?
night?
Was the Joy to the Wall. Okay, let me sing it before the year close. Yes. Our bossy and them listening. Joy to the wall. The thief Miss Mary fall. She ball, oh God, oh God. The thief bring back me fall, the thief bring back me fall, the thief bring back me fall. I sing that song to me grandchild here, and me mother picture hang up there. So she asking me, she said, Susan, that Miss Mary there, and they take the fall and them mother in the hand. I said, they don't take all, they have a lot still.
All right, thank you for that song.
Susan, we wish you a happy New Year, and we're looking forward to hearing from you again, man.
Thank you.
All the best. Take good care. All right. Oh yes, indeed. Let's go back to the telephone again. We Culture. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good night. Rissy, I love your hairstyle. Keep it up. Scholar. Can't see the next one. Everybody, good night, and may God richly bless you all, and may you all live to see many more years to come. And I need more talk for 2023, 2022, 2024, and Scholar, I only hope that you run in this year for election. Love you all.
Thank you, caller. Scholar? I don't hear you.
Right. Boy, let me tell you something. I run in, you know. I buy a new spandex. and I get in two pieces of spikes there. That you go train me?
I will train with you.
Oh boy, 435-2041, that's the number you can call, and of course you can make your contribution to the program. Guys, you remember that program we did? It was on yams. I think somebody mentioned it, and we were talking about different types of yams, but the part of that one that really got me was when you plant yam and when the yam ready. And we got about up to now I still don't know when is the right time to do yam.
Well, no.
No, it's good.
No, it's good to do yam?
Yeah. Well, most time, as I say, I think I told you, yam planting is in May. That's the general time.
Yeah, you turn around the word.
And then coming close to November, on the highland, we have little water. The yam might be drained, so you might get all the yam November, December, but even January, February, like now, so is really good time for most of the yam should be matched by now.
Right.
Yeah, and yam can stay in the ground for some time. If you don't dig it this year, it stay next year, and it continue growing. After a while, it show the mama, what you call the mama, and it continue growing yam or the yam.
Yes, indeed.
That's why because yam and peas go together. So generally,
in
yam
pot.
Seasonal regular yams.
In pot.
Yam and peas.
Yeah, I'll give it in pot. I'll give it in pot. You say they go together?
But I find this here peas catch COVID.
You have peas this year?
Peas must catch COVID. You did see with the
peas?
You didn't have plenty peas?
No, we get good rain this year, man.
Wait, Godfrey, you're joking. The month, or the 2 months we supposed to get the most in October, maybe November. We had to get any rain.
Man, we get all the rain in November.
Joke you're making, Godfrey. You probably travel.
Man, we get really rain in November.
Hey, what are we doing?
David.
No, man, we get rain in November. In the first half of November, we didn't get a rain. But in the second half, we get rain almost every day.
My rain fell somewhere around the third and the rain fell at the end of the month.
No, man.
In November.
Let's go back to
paying attention to that. No, you don't study that. No, you're in the studio. You ain't studying that rain thing now.
Yeah, what am I? Yeah. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing, Papa?
Great.
And may God bless you guys, and may you continue to do a good job with the culture. Godfrey, concerning the yams, you plant yam between May and August. When you plant yam after August, it doesn't do very well, except Atuta, which is
There's a professional Godfrey speaking, Flavian.
Yeah, except in Atuta, which means anytime. So Atuta is one of those yams you could basically plant anytime and get. And one yam you didn't mention, one called Akam. I don't know if you guys know that. It bears in the vine. They call it, some people call it air potato. But we call it Akam in my part of the world, in Birch Grove. And after it drops from the vine, and you have to let it drain, or they say drain for a month or so. And it's really nice with tattoo. One of the best things with tattoo. So that's one of the yams that all you missed in the program with yam. I promised to bring one for Livingston, but his son banned him from coming to town for a while, so he didn't get it. Yeah. So,
all right.
But Godfrey.
Thanks, Flavian.
We culture. I remember I was abroad when three grenadiers were speaking, and another a white fellow was with us. And after a while, he said, translate. Because we were speaking, although we were speaking Grenadian, but he was listening for English. But we were in our element, so we have to understand that, Rishi said it, English is a second language for us in this country. And we better recognize that in a hurry. Because if you're teaching, sometimes you have to get to the colloquial language to get the students to understand what you're talking about. So it has to be used judiciously. Thank you. And have a pleasant year, gentlemen, and lady and gentlemen. All right.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much indeed. Yes. 435-2041, that's the number you can call, and of course you can make your contribution to the program. Tell us which ones you enjoyed, and what part of the program that touched you. I mean, so much was said. I recall the program that most people told me they enjoyed was the Ligaro program. I mean, that Ligaro program had about 10 parts. Ligaro, Sukuyala, Jables, Baku, Open Door, all them kind of different things. And so much so that boy, I tell you, if all you know what a Ligaro program
we still have a part in that program to do.
Ligaro?
Yeah.
Not me and Ligaro program again, boy.
Not just in Ligaro. Yeah, I think we don't touch on in that superstition yet, but we'll come to that in the new year. As Susan is singing about the Till the Fall and whatnot, Godfrey, one of the programs that we did that for me, up to now, I still can't believe what happened. And it shows how much this program doesn't belong to us.
No, that people program?
We started off to speak, the program was on agriculture. And instead of we speaking on agriculture, we speak about yard fowling.
Yeah.
Our whole program on yard fowling. Yeah, Susan singing about it if she fouled. I remember that program on yard fowl. And people reminisced on this yard fowl. And people started to figure out, wait, no, boy, he had a yard fowl in shooting, and now they tin the thing because now they bringing all kind of old fowl come out, whale come out before 6 little months. Fowl fat than you know, when you had your yard fowl and them what grow and they season
2-3 years.
Yeah, you know what you mean? That, and that was the sweeter meat, you know, and we spoke of that, and then of the deeper issue of food security.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
And that was that. Yeah, so yard fowl change into food security, and that was a real memorable program, right? Weeks afterwards, man telling me about yard fowl and clean neck and freezer and all that.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And funny enough, you know, after that program, I started to see yard fowl. You know?
yeah, yard fowl.
But you know, let me tell you, you remember when Talpri sang Old Man Alone?
Yeah.
When Kila sang Roly Poly. All big plus size women start showing up themselves.
Yes.
And all women start showing up themselves. They had a certain kind of pride and a certain kind of...
Yes.
By since
that song was very impacting ingredient.
By since we had the program on Yard Fall,
all Yard Fall
I started to see Yard Fall.
No, serious. So let me ask you. So you haven't seen more mango now than before?
Yeah, so I mean,
since we don't program on mango, you see.
Mango started to show up themselves.
You know, you're only going now. Man, make it go now than before.
But Liga was the program I got the most feedback on, yeah? Liga was the program I got the most feedback. People put me standard to explain to me what they did or what happened to them with Liga.
I ain't doing no Liga program again. Not me.
But Godfrey, you should say to our listeners that me and you are planning a program. We spoke about it at length. To have a program interview with Aliga.
Really?
Yes, we wanted to surprise Ali with interview with Aliga.
We couldn't get Aliga to talk. We couldn't get Aliga. We couldn't get Aliga to talk.
We couldn't have.
We have someone on the line.
We wanted to bring Aliga live, but we couldn't get. Folks, 435-204, that's the number you get called.
There's a program where Nala had made her debut that I thought created a lot of awareness.
Was it Rhymes? Nursery Rhymes?
Nursery Rhymes. And you know, she gave us a lot of information on some of the nursery rhymes that we recited and some of the stories that we were told, and how is it that they originated, the truth, according to her, behind those nursery rhymes. And it really had us wondering, you know, like, really, should we be teaching our children those nursery rhymes?
Yeah.
I remember one that I think she had told us about London Bridge. London Bridge is falling down, and she was saying that it is said that there's a lot of dead bodies, a lot of slaves, children of slaves who were buried in those walls. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was a lot of nursery rhymes that she told us about, that, you know, the stories behind it and stuff, how they came about. It was really eye-opening. So I tend to look at these things differently now. That is when I thought We Culture really includes children, because it is children that are reciting these nursery rhymes. It is teachers who are, teaching it to them. So, having that kind of listenership, children, teachers, and all of that, maybe could really help us in that cause of really, bringing out our culture and, telling our stories as opposed to the stories that
we were told
to us, and we're transferring from generation to generation.
Yes, indeed. Let's go to the telephone. We Culture, good evening. Hello.
Yeah, to the program, please.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
To the program.
Yes, caller. Can you turn the volume of your radio or TV down and listen to us on your telephone?
Okay, that's really wonderful. I'll go to the bedroom. I want to get to the program.
You are on the
call him.
You are on the caller.
To tell him about for New Year.
Hello. Turn the volume of your radio or your TV down and listen to us. You are on the program.
On the thing.
Okay, so go ahead. You're on the program.
Hey?
You are on the program. Go ahead.
Okay.
Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You can go ahead, You're on the program.
Oh, but I'm not here. Oh. Is it there that we would like to know that you all for the new year will come up talking about days, the days of when men used to take care of children or not or whatever. Would you all bring that program on for the new year? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, caller. The number is 435-2041. That's the number you can call and you can get onto the program to make your contribution. Let's go back to our telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Godfrey, sorry for calling back. But I had to send something for Reese.
What's that?
Yeah, when you what's that for? Get Doc.
Get Doc. I'll give me data, man. She'll go in headquarters site. Sometimes when Doc passing up with all the man in there, I dem in veranda still. And when I'll give me data and I will let Godfrey call you and tell you when to go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe about Thursday so.
All right, no problem.
When I pick, she go get some.
Okay.
Yeah, later.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Reese, you have any more comments on Facebook we can take?
Yes, we do. We have quite a bit. We have. Right. Ingrid is saying, good night, Susan. Happy New Year to you and your grandchildren. Emma Noel is saying, good night to all. Thank you for the informative program. It takes me back to my roots. People are happy that Susan was in the house. But now John is saying, all praise be to Allah. Happy Solar New Year to everyone. Ricky is having a time with Susan. Oh God, Susan go kill me here tonight. Bless up yourself, Susan. He asked for her, and when she come on now, she killing him. Emma Noel is saying, wishing you a healthy new year to all. Cynthia saying, Susan, thanks for the rendition. Ricky is saying, Bon J scholar running for election. Well, we had to take that up in the post. Ingrid is saying, Ricky, I told you the truth. The one about yam. Godfrey said you cut the yam in half and plant it back. That was her favorite program. Kim K is saying, Susan for the win. The program ratings gone up week. We Culture get through. Jose is saying, Happy New Year to Susan, a great contributor. I always wanted to hear her inputs because you never know what will be coming out of her mouth. That is so true. But now, John, all praise be to Allah. We Culture came in to bring back memories of the past. Official Queen English is for the House of Commons, not for we Grenadians. So take this steel beam and go. We Culture took me back 60 years ago. Anyone remember a disco called The Jail? Don't forget Mango Dog. Kim K is saying we need another Ligaro program. Want to hear more Ligaro names? Call here and open door. Yulin is saying so much was said in the program. I don't know which one is my favorite because it's so enjoyable. All I have to say is very, very nice. Cynthia, my grandniece, used to cry whenever she heard Rockabye Baby in the treetop. She said baby will fall and get hurt. True. You know what I mean? That was so unsafe. And we sang that to our children to put them to sleep. Ronnie is saying, always good programs, wishing all a safe and great new year. I would like to hear a program on old talk and things that took place in political meetings. Okay. Yeah, Ingrid said, yes, it's something like peas. So, yes, Ingrid, I'm getting peas. That is what I have seen on the Facebook platform. Joan Antoine on the YouTube platform is saying, Godfrey, why you're not reading posts from YouTube? Reese, you're already a beautiful young lady. Thank you, Joan. We had one post from the YouTube prior to your comment. So we've just taken the 2 comments there. Let me just see if there's anything right on the We Culture platform. Hannah is saying, guys, I'm heading off to church. Blessed night, everyone, and Happy New Year to one and all. Love you guys. Gloria Lambert is saying, Happy New Year to We Culture team and family. Stay safe. I enjoyed all of the programs thus far. Hope 2022 would be bigger and better. Reese and Doc, I hear we eating the cake for 2022. Whoop, whoop. Gloria is saying, them yard fowls used to eat so much poop, especially in the cocoa, but they said they are healthier than the imported ones. And Faith Phillip is saying, blessed night and Happy New Year to you wonderful people. I look forward to you and you every Friday night, my favorite show. May God guide you into the new year with We Culture. Love the hairstyle, Reese. So yeah, so that's the comments on the We Culture platform as well.
Right. So someone on WhatsApp is saying, good night, Godfrey. Excellent program. Blessings to you and your team for a healthy, safe, and productive 2022. Tell Scholar, some Shantimel posse having Dutch party tomorrow, please the Lord. And they waiting for his bottle. You all remember Dutch parties, man a bottle, woman a dish. Someone says, Godfrey, Scholar, you're getting a good run next year with Susan. You better take her as your backup. Right. I guess with the singing. Godfrey, if GBN had a competition for programs, We Culture win already. Alright. Right, yeah, so that's about it for the WhatsApp platform. We have time for a couple more calls. 435-2041. Get a couple in before we actually close and make our departing remarks for 20.
Godfrey, while we wait, I could probably take a few more comments.
Sure.
Carrie Grenade is saying, the request for having someone from Carriacou or Pidgmatic on the show should be considered. Yes, Von de Roche did mention that as well. Jose said, We Culture is one of the most interesting program around. It takes you back to the way of life our grandparents lived and how they grew up not knowing much, but how they live a comfortable life with just what they knew. It takes us back to our African roots. Ricky Parrigan is saying, I think I can get a Ligaro to come on the program, but GBN have to make a landing area for it. Ricky, you will say Ligaro come out in, they go say Ligaro come out in Guam. Ricky.
Well, go over the most Ligaro.
Anyways, no, I feel it's when he coming on my breeze and side, he might pick up the Ligaro. Ingrid is saying, GBN need to congratulate you all for the good ratings. And Cynthia is saying, thanks as always, God's richest blessings to all for 2022 and beyond. So that's it.
All right, let's take a call. We Culture, good evening. Hello.
Good evening and seasonal greetings.
Good evening.
Why, that We Culture is something special. And it didn't come about just by chance. Our way of speaking was a format that was developed by the slaves in order to tie up the slave masters. So the fact that we speak at We Culture a different format of English, our English slave masters were baffled because they didn't know what to say. So we could hide away. I want to sing a song though, as we got this Lugaro thing. C'est la Guillaume Moteye, c'est la Guillaume Moteye, c'est la Guillaume Moteye, Montagne dit David Edmou, qui ouvre la porte à la clé. No, that's the patois version of a big man at the time in Goa, and one of the princes was visiting the Caribbean and the passing Grenada, and at that time Goa was as the second tongue in Grenada, and port and everything. And when the man came ashore, and then they had some sort of a welcoming, and that guy came in there, Mr. David Edmund, and he was a kind of a big thing in Goa, fair skin or white skin, whatever you want to call it, and he owned so much of the lands and so on. So he said, that is to sing one of those songs as what we have in Parang on him, and so on. So a woman came out and she started this patois thing. And she says, she was in Goa. She said, Motanye di, I heard them say that David Elmo, qui ouvre la porte à la clé. This same big Mr. David that playing his swank one in Goa, he is a door opener. You understand? And that was ridiculous. So I know I'm just bringing that to show you that We Culture is covering a wide spectrum of the language situation. And what is good about us as Grenadians, we can code switch. You see? When you're in certain space or in certain situations, you speak a different kind of English. So keep up We Culture, please. You hear, and let us hear all these stories about how people spoke in the past. I could tell you a lot of things because at the day, when they did it. Good night.
Thank you.
What is to ease, born to ease.
but Phil, you hear the man sing a thing about the Ligaro and we Guav.
And you were just waiting for that.
Guav.
And you're just waiting for that. But as I tell you, the best and the worst come from Guav.
Right.
The prettiest and the ugliest come from Guav. Everything come from Guav.
Let's take another call. We Culture, good evening. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good evening, We Culture. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. I really like that. I really like that program, Godfrey. A big up you all.
Thank you.
Continue. And next year, please, Lord, you're looking for something more exciting, really exciting. You see that hairstyle? Yeah, mark a hairstyle, girl. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
A long time I hear that, but there's a marker hairstyle. Doc, you remember them kind of marker? Marker hairstyle, definitely. Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Lucy. Good night, Doc. Good night, Carla.
Good night.
How are you all?
Hi. We did.
Nice show. I like the one with the Liga part. That's my favorite. That I watch you all every Friday night, as long as I have health and strength. Doc, hold Chrissy tight, because hold her tight, don't let her go. Have a blessed new year, each and every one of you, and may God bless all you and give all the health and strength to come better next year. Thank you.
Thank you
very much, caller. Doc, here now, they are up in Tivoli. I see Rano. Rano will tell me, Godfrey, boy, Doc and Scholar does always catch your line. I say, what do you, boy? I don't Pali, boy. You Pali don't understand what's going on. I said, Pali, why? I doesn't lie. Doc and Scholar just know over what's going on. Alright, now let's take our final call for this evening. We Culture, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi.
Everybody, we have the best Lugaroos in Guava. The best Lugaroos come from Guava.
Scholar, we know that, you know.
Yes. When you hear Lugaro people come out outside, because we sit down outside in the bright moonlight on the steps, we sit down on the steps and we doing an evil, awful prank. We come out outside. Everybody get a piece of wood, a piece of stick. We have a wood, we have a stick, we have a chain, and everything. And we come outside and we're going by people's house. And we throw in big stone. We throw in big stone. And we're going so. I was shaking all the fowls outside the people's yard. And hear people saying, Lugaro passing, Lugaro passing. We're singing for the whole time. Ooh! Mama! One man said, look, Lugaro passing tonight. He said, aye. Go and put them chair below the bed. Lugaro coming out, Lugaro outside.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Thanks a lot.
No.
Finally.
We couldn't on a better note.
Scholar, finally. Go have people admit that the best Lugaro. They come full circle.
Yes.
Oh boy. Guys,
what is legal capital?
Yeah, well, we used to think was Brizan.
Yeah.
But go have come full circle.
I never knew there was a ritual. You know, I never knew there was.
Well, you have a lot to get about Guavin. You know, just make.
But it looks as though there's a lot of things you don't know about Ligaro because you had a book. That not in a book.
Is that a Ligaro book I have? I have a hole in book. A hole in book.
A hole in book?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do all that too. I don't have a Ligaro book. It's a hole in book I have. So I don't have a Ligaro. So I like boy, go will come full.
No, don't take the cake. Don't take the cake.
Anyway.
No.
Anyway, woo!
Now when people see us in town, they're gonna be doing that, right?
Oh Lord. Anyway, let's see what final comments we have, and then we go to wrap.
Oh Lord. Right, so we're here. Cynthia said we have lots of culture. She's also saying put up your disclaimer. Von der Roche is saying scholar should consider running for St. George's Northwest. Ingrid is saying next year will be greater, guys. Have a God bless New Year with health and happiness. I missed one, sorry. Okay, Cynthia is saying hi, Reese, getting confirmation. Okay, Ricky Parag is saying most of those Ligaro used to be old men, but it have some young ones. It have some young ones nowadays. They landing somewhere by the Chinese low-income houses in Buseju, and they walking come up breeze at like about 5:30 in the morning. They could know them because they just walk lazy. Ricky. Anyways, Maria is saying the funniest show is definitely tonight. Yulin is saying best wishes and a bright and prosperous 2022 to you guys. Have a happy new year, everyone. May the good Lord bless you all for the new year 2022. That is from Maria. Jose is saying, in closing, I want to thank Godfrey for putting such a team together in choosing the best people to pull off a great show. There couldn't be a better team in having Scholar Livingston, the queen of the show, aka Fellas. Reese, I want to wish you, where is that? Okay, Reese, I want to wish you all blessing, favors, and joyful 2022, and looking forward to We Culture 2022 Unfiltered. Kim K is saying Guav is Ligaro capital. Indeed, we have the most Ligaro. Watch, you know what? I'm resigning to this. She's saying Happy New Year, guys. I'm resigning to this. Okay, only Guav people to take claim and to own. Thing like that. Only Guav people. So you know what? I'm backing long on that one. We're the capital of Ligaro.
Ligaro capital. Let me see if we have any final comments on the WhatsApp platform. Godfrey, We Culture is the best program on TV in Grenada. That's the only one. Thank you, caller. Guys, that's our final program for 2021.
Before you go, let's not leave out our YouTubers because we don't want to do that. Angela Roberts is saying We Culture is very inspiring and brings me back to many years back. Okay, hopefully some new and interesting topics will be introduced in the new year. Wish everyone a safe 2022. Mr. Gladstone is saying Happy New Year, Grenada. All the best for 2022. Shout out to Miss Lynette, Molly George, and Janice D in Victoria. Joan Antoine is saying Godfrey, according to your terms of reference, will you be allowed to discuss politics when the campaigns get hot? And please answer me. That is what I'm seeing here, and that's it. Faith Phillips, thanks for the compliments on We Culture. And that's it for the platforms, the social platforms right now.
Right. Caller, you should listen to Release It. You're going to know it's a political pyong. So, I talk in politics when you have election and when you don't have. There we go. You get the answer.
Man, ask about We Culture.
We Culture? No, man. Release It. We Culture is not for that. We go talk about, there are aspects of it we could, there's a culture of politics. Yeah. And when we get there, we'll deal with that. But if they're talking about the real politics, of course, that's the man. Yeah.
There's a culture of campaigning. Yeah, a culture
of everything.
We talk about that also.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some big tunes lose all their steam, all because they became campaign songs. All you know that?
Yeah, well, I have a campaign song for sale, I know who want it. I have a campaign song for sale. So, check me. Yeah. So, fellas, that's it. It was a really wonderful year for We Culture. And I'm really looking forward to 2022. So, I know which one of all you're starting, but I'll leave it open. Ladies first.
Why?
No, ladies
first. Let's go.
So go with the 14 ladies. Yes, I'm a fella. Remember.
That job is the way I never see that job. You see, right now you have an added thing, the jam from the legal capital of the world. The legal capital of the world. We learned something tonight. We learned a new thing tonight to give you. Besides the fact that the Guav boats used to come up for fisherman boarding hotel. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it was a pleasure. It was a fulfilling year. I think that We Culture has grown by leaps and bounds, and it has now become the major staple in the diet, really, the entertainment diet, television entertainment diet, radio entertainment diet for the whole of Grenada. I think that we are doing with We Culture what a lot of organizations, cultural organizations that was set up specifically for the purpose of spreading and taking the culture as the little team song saying and setting it afire, and they have not been able to do so. You have people who have been paid, getting a monthly salary to do so, and they cannot. And then you have on the next end people like Risi Sam who have to hurry from her work every Friday, who's usually late because she's scrambling, running behind time, or is either they lock her in some in some park or something, and she hurries here, and she is getting this together with the team and all of our contributors. She is getting this done that people who have been paid cannot. So once again, hats off to We Culture. We have come a long way, and I think that the Godfrey, I'm not forgetting our jerseys, or we have to come out in 2022 looking expansive.
Yeah, new year, New Jersey, man. New year, new Marino.
New Marino. So when people congratulate Risi and she here, they must also congratulate her on the Marino.
On the Marino. No, in her case, it's our bodies.
Yeah, you see what about your bodies.
Our bodies, yeah.
But guys, I want to wish all of you a very happy New Year. I hope that all your dreams will come true. It is an interesting year. It will be. We've seen that COVID has again spiked, and it's rising in our country. So we wait to see what it is. Somebody said that we are going into 2022, which is 2020 TWO, and we know 2020 was when COVID really right. So we hope really for the best. We wish all our contributors, Susan especially, and everybody else, Citizen Rolo, football guy, everybody.
Mr. Marshall.
Mr. Marshall, who has not been with us for some time, I don't know. We wish everyone a very happy New Year, and we look forward to presenting and providing more entertainment as we go into Twitter topics. I mean, I've been recording some of them as the contributors have been mentioning them. And of course, Godfrey, we really have to, if we could really pull off the interview with the Liga, I think we will have something on our hands. I think I'll CNN and Fox and them. BBC and them.
Al Jazeera and them thing.
I think it is something that we should forget. We should really try to see if we could get an interview with Liga. And I will end by saying that we have the correct person now to go out and scout for that Liga, because we now know that with the nice hairstyle, she comes from the Liga capital of it. So, Risi, it's your work for 2022. We need a Liga by January, mid-January.
Wow.
Or there.
Yes, indeed. Doc?
So let me go. When this program started off, it was, to me, the mandate was that people like me, we should be giving information, supplying information to help enlighten, educate, lift the awareness of people. And I have found that the reverse started to take place. Meaning, I believe even by the stand that scholar sometimes take, Godfrey, by Risi, I find myself being enlightened, and my position and my stand on culture become a lot more clarified. I also found that the audience, people all day, based on what they say to us on the program, they too have enlightened us and enlightened me in a particular way. And thirdly, those persons that do not call at all, those that would privately text me, or those persons that I meet on the street on a regular basis, that would help correct my, I would say, my ignorance. So as I say, it's a nice feeling now because I am much stronger, I am much clearer on a lot of issues, on more issues than when I started this program. As I said, I thought I was the one to help dispel or provide some information and some awareness. And then the reverse is taking place. I am being educated. My awareness is being lifted, and I am now becoming a lot clearer. So the program has really done a good for me, and I want to be selfish by speaking on for me particularly. And based on what is happening outside here and the feedback I get, I realize the role it plays in doing the same to a lot of persons in John Public. So guys, we carried that burden for a number of years. My wish is that as we go forward, that it would be much more enlightening, more educational, more entertaining, and we would consolidate more the relationship we have with John Public as we seek to unfold the mystery and the intrigue and the myth surrounding our culture. So it was a good one going in the past. It was a good one in 2020, 2021, and I almost certain, based on what I can see on the horizon, that 2022 will be bountiful for all of us. So it's a good thing, guys, and it was my pleasure. For some people, when they did it in our I say it was my pleasure serving with the team. So hopefully, can look forward for next year again to be part of that team. Yeah. So good night, everyone.
Right. So, Wajang?
Wajang and Jamet, which one? Make up your mind.
Both of them.
Okay. Anyways,
Rizzy, I do really, the Jamet is settling to nice, because the Jamet is a little harsh. But we go into that still, but yeah, a little harsh.
That back broad, that back broad. I can handle that.
All right,
I can handle that. Yeah, I hope they could take the return.
That part of you, Jamet harsh. So show harshness.
I wonder, Scholar, I wonder between Jamet and the cake, which one harsher?
I don't know.
That cake already bought in Euro. That cake already bought in. Anyways, when I think about We Culture, I think about a purpose being fulfilled. Without thinking it all that hard, that deep, so much has happened over the past year and some months when it comes to what we have brought to the table. And I really think that the team need to recognize that and, give you guys yourselves a round of applause, because you are serving a purpose. Oftentimes, we are aware of things that are missing, and we can talk about all that is not happening and what should be happening. But one thing we can say is that We Culture is doing something very different, very unique, and it is filling a void that could have been one of the things that we are still today talking about isn't happening. Guess what? It's happening. We Culture is happening, and we are doing this again in a way that it wasn't thought out so deeply, but it just fall into place. Everything is just meshing. It's just blending, and it's being brought forward with a lot of love. One of the comments that was read tonight was about the panelists, how they can see that genuineness, that likeness for each other. Nobody. Yeah, I think it was Medea, and she was so correct with that. It's like when we get off here, there's no bad blood on the other side. There's nobody screaming at anybody. There's nobody vexed. There's nobody that's ready to get off, except for the person who has to go and sell. But there's no selling happening tomorrow, right? So, there's a real love. Yes, there's love and there's love and there's respect, and there's respect for opinions. So we have different views, but it is respected, and it is respected on the show, and it is respected off the show. So I think I'm really happy to be part of that purpose-driven show. I'm looking forward to, with health and strength, long life, to be able to be part of this. I hope to grow with it as I've been growing in terms of what I've been learning, the content, how much you've made me think, how much you've made me bring out things that maybe on a normal day I would not talk about, but because maybe I don't have the company or the forum to talk about those things. So I'm happy for the platform as well, and I'm happy to have you ladies as my colleagues. I love you guys. So happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm really looking forward to 2022. I'm looking forward to hearing what my king has to offer. I'm looking forward to the wedding ring and bigger. I'm looking forward to fulfilling that task. You see, Kim K. Lewis and Ricky Pariag, they're going to have to get on board on that caller. They will have to get on board to identify who. And let me tell you something, I just deliver. So Scholar already told me in January they want that person to interview. We have to get that person to interview.
All right, guys. I'm sitting here listening to y'all, and I can't express the joy that I feel. When this thought came, to do this program, and we couldn't have found a better team. That connection, that gelling. I mean, it's just perfect. They say nothing is perfect, but I believe nowhere in the world you could find a better team for this program than the team we have here. And I'm very thankful, that you guys give up your time on a Friday night, and I'm sure that there are things you can find to do, but you come here, we chat, we laugh, we have fun, we exchange ideas, we differ on opinions and all sort of things, and when it's done, it educates people, it informs, it entertains, and it brings joy to so many, and we can see it from the comments on Facebook, from the calls that we get, from the people we meet on the streets, and it really brings a joy. I have watched the program, the viewership grow. I recall looking at viewership on YouTube, for example, a couple hundred to past 1,000. I've seen our Facebook views move from 1,000 to 5,000 and 6,000 views. And it's just a really happy feeling, and I'm happy that what we do here can really touch someone and make them happy and make them want to keep coming back every Friday evening to be part of this. So I really thank you guys for that, and I want to raise a toast to you all. And what I'm drinking here came straight from my vineyard. You all know I have a vineyard, right? All they might say I lie again. All they always say I lying, but all you know better. So I want to raise a toast.
We know you lie.
I raise a toast to you all, for that. I also want to raise another toast to all our loyal listeners and viewers, on television, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Oui Culture page, on K105 FM. I raise a toast to you, and I wish you all the best in 2022. Good health, prosperity, and of course, whatever goals that you set, I hope that you achieve them. Don't set unachievable goals. Set goals that you can work towards and develop as you go along. So I thank you all for being part, for stepping in sometimes. As Scholar said, you probably don't know that there are times we hit a spot and we have to go to the telephone or we have to go to the comments on Facebook to get you all in to bail us out. And it is such a wonderful feeling. So thank you all again. Thank you for staying with us in 2021. And of course, we're looking forward. There is so much we have not discussed yet. And there's some huge topics, you know. We haven't touched things like religion. We haven't touched things, the Rastafarian. And I know Doc can't wait for us to touch that. You know, Doc is a bald-headed Rasta, but that is all right. That is all right. And there's that we haven't spoken about sports. Could you imagine we have a 9-time calypso? How much can you win? 9 or 10? 9?
9.
We have a 9-time calypso monarch, and we have not touched the topic of calypso. So, I mean, so much to talk about. You know, I can tell you that come 2022, it is going to be even more interesting than 2021. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to all of you. Guys, thank you very much. I wish you all the best for the new year. Health, strength, prosperity, you name it. I wish that for each and every one of you, and I look forward to coming back here on a Friday evening to continue to discuss Oui Culture. So thank you very much once again. Happy New Year, everybody. All the best.
Happy New Year.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.